What is up, guys? And these are the amazing Realme phones. So we've got new phones, the successors to the Realme 6, which is already a great phone. These are the Realme 7 Pro and the Realme 7. And now they look very similar, quite identical to each other, guys, but the specs are quite different that set them apart quite uniquely. The 7 Pro comes with a mirror blue and mirror silver finish, while the 7 comes in mist blue and mist white. Both have matte paint finishes and are secure to grip in the hand, so making them less prone to slipping from your hand and also less prone to fingerprints. The 7 Pro has stereo speakers, but both come with headphone jacks. Stereo speakers being emitted from the Realme 7 on its own. Weight wise, guys, again, the 7 Pro has a slight edge, 192 grams with 182 grams as compared with the Realme 7, so the Pro is slightly heavier. The main difference comes here, guys, is in the screens. Now, quite interestingly, the Realme 7 has a 6.4 Super AMOLED display with a 60Hz refresh rate, slightly slower rate, while the Realme 7 has a 6.5-inch screen with IPS LCD, 90 degrees faster refresh rate, but no AMOLED screen. Both sport Gorilla Glass protection. Realme 7 Pro has Snapdragon 720G processor with 6 to 8 gigs of RAM, and the Realme 7 on its own has the MediaTek Helio G95. Again, the Snapdragon being the more efficient processor, giving it just a slight edge over the smaller phone. Battery wise, guys, again, there's a slight difference between 4500 milliamp hours for the Pro. Both support fast charging. The Pro will charge to full capacity in 34 minutes. The 5000 milliamp hour slightly larger battery of the 7 on its own will take longer at about just as the plus side of an hour and 5 minutes, I would have thought. Both support Android 10 with the Realme UI on top, which works fine with less bloatware noticed than the previous models. Both phones have the same cameras at the back, 64 megapixel main camera with f1.8 aperture, 8 megapixel ultra wide with 2.3 screen aperture, and 2 megapixel macro with 2.4 aperture, and the 2 megapixel depth sensor is also there. The main difference, guys, being here is the selfie cameras, which are different. The 7 Pro has a 32 megapixel at f2.5 aperture with EIS support, and the 7 only has a 16 megapixel with 2.1 aperture. So the selfie edge again going to the Pro phone, as you'd expect. So to sum it up, guys, great mid-range phones, both quite similar and at the same time quite different. The screen obviously going advantage going to the Realme Pro with the Super AMOLED, but it has a slower refresh rate, it has a smaller battery, and obviously the price is going to be more expensive on the Realme Pro due to its having a faster Snapdragon processor. But at the same time, the Realme 7 on its own is a perfectly respectable phone. It's very close in specs, and it also sports a... Personally, guys, I think they're both in their own way amazing phones. I would personally prefer the Realme Pro, but then again, the price will make all the difference. I would have thought the 7 being slightly less in technical spec, but I would have thought it will perform just as amazingly. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be kind enough to hit the like button on your way out. Please be kind enough to subscribe. Your support means the world to us, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we sincerely hope to see you in the next one.